Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win. We'll go ahead and start with just a general statement, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Let me get a quick drink, guys. You don't mind? Well, first of all, I'm proud of my team, and I thought we fought for 40 minutes. And one of the things we talked about in the locker room that, obviously at the end of the half, we didn't close the half the right way, but basketball's a game of runs. I thought we got up really big in the first half and then didn't close it in the second. They made a little comeback in the second half, but our guys, we bend a little bit. We never broke. Our guys were really locked in. We played a tremendous game. I'm excited about the way we played. When we scheduled the St. Louis game, we don't win this Carolina game if we don't play the St. Louis game. Very identical game because we were up, similar to 7-8 points against St. Louis at halftime. I think it was 7, but we just didn't have enough bodies and we didn't finish the game. And I thought we did a great job finishing today. I'm excited for our guys. I'm excited for one reason that we're 1-0 in the conference and going to Christmas break. We played a very good Carolina team. They're very talented. They're tough to guard. They've got great size. They get out in transition. But I thought it was a really good game by us. So, question.
Corey.
Kevin, how important was the performance of Manny Bates in tonight's game? Because you knew that you were going to be without DJ in this one, going against those UNC big men. How important was Manny's performance in this one?
Manny was great. When you look at his stat line, I think it was 14, 7, and 5 blocks. He knew it. We knew that he was going to have to play against 4 guys who were 6'10" or better. But he did a tremendous job. I thought he held his own. He did a great job rebounding the ball. He protected the paint for us when we got beat off the dribble. And then obviously he did a great job being around the basket finishing. I thought Jalen Gibson came in. When you look at his stat line, he didn't have much, but we were able to throw a bigger body in there as far as his height. And Jericho Helms, everybody's going to kill him because he didn't play well and he's 0 for 8. But he did a great job. Garrison Brooks has hurt us pretty much every time we played, and I thought he did a good job of guarding him most of the night.
And on the outside, Shaq Moore in this one, I mean, what can you say about his performance in his, now 6th game of his career, having that type of performance against UNC?
Yeah, fearless, tough. Didn't know he was playing UNC. The only reason he knew he was playing UNC because you guys told him after the game. He loves to play. Between him and Cam Hayes, we've got 2 really talented guards. Obviously those guys are really good, but he made shots. What an unbelievable dunk he had. Great defender, and it was good for him to play well for us.
Jonas, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, along those similar lines of Corey's question, when you were recruiting Shaq, it was always easy to see that he had that toughness and that fearlessness in him. How contagious is that throughout the lineup? And when's the last time you got a freshman like that who just had that mentality from day one?
Yeah, it's tough. Probably the last guy that I even coached, and I was assistant there, was guys like Pete and Siva, who were just tough, just bulldogs. Shaq's tough. He'll fight you. He'll claw at you. He's super athletic. He's super competitive. And, one of the things that we've talked about in recruiting is we want to try to get guys who are super tough or super skilled, and try to stay away from the in-between. And with him, it's one of those things that, as we saw him, this kid's not a top 100 guy. He's a really good basketball player. Him and both Cam were talking about the days of playing AAU together. And, obviously they were excited about the opportunity to play, and he showed up.
And Shaq, as a follow-up, Shaq said he kind of took it personal, because he's Caleb and RJ are good players and they got so many accolades. But Shaq said he wanted to show that he was good too. Could you see that look in his eye all day, knowing he was matched up against those guys?
Yeah, Jonas, I don't know about that look in this guy. I'm glad he's on my team.
Lawrence, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Coach. As we go into this Christmas break, are you worried about your players at all? Just being safe?
Yes. I worry about before Christmas break. It's the virus is spiking everywhere. And so, I made the decision to allow those guys to go home. Christmas to me is about family. Unfortunately for me, I won't get a chance to go home and see my parents in Lynchburg, Virginia, because I don't want to, obviously, in case I have something, pass it along to those guys. But I thought it was important for them to get the opportunity to go home. We've talked about trying to do the right thing, trying not to be in crowds. It's going to be tough because everybody's going to be congratulating them about their big win before Christmas. But yes, to answer your question, I'm always worried. I'll continue to worry. It's just a tough deal that we're dealing with.
Well, thank you.
Joe, go ahead.
I think you're muted, Joe.
Oh, Kevin, what effect do you think the empty building had on the game?
Joe, and I don't know that, and I don't know if we ever would know that. I just, it's one of those things that we've talked about. I think the way we play, Joe, helps us a little bit different than some other teams because we press, and so it forces you to use energy, and you become your own energy at times. I don't know. I hope our fans, and I know they are, they're at home, they're enjoying the victory. But we got great fans. I wish they were here to see it, but in the same token, it doesn't take away from the win. I'm excited about it.
I actually wasn't thinking about the fans. I was thinking Ethan has a tremendous picture of you with Teddy Valentine. I imagine it was easier for the officials to work the game and maybe work a more consistent game.
Nobody should ever hold against what I say in an empty building to the referees either. You're not allowed to do that. So thanks, Joe, though. As an alumni, Joe, congratulations.
I'll send you that picture of you and Teddy V.
Thank you.
Andrew, go ahead.
Kevin, you have a lot of guys on this team who are from North Carolina, and a lot of the guys who stepped up and played well are from North Carolina. These are guys that have grown up watching and hearing about this rivalry. What do you think it means to them to get to live it and play in it for the first time for some of them?
Yeah, I think, Andrew, the biggest thing is when you get a win against Carolina, a lot of times people think that we shouldn't have that win. And so they make so much about the guys that we have on our team from Carolina. I mean, these guys are, we're excited that we beat Carolina, but that's not the narrative. The narrative is we're excited that we could start off our conference with 1-0. This is the toughest conference in college basketball. We didn't get a chance to play the Louisville game. Surely our guys from Carolina are excited, but when you look at Carolina, they don't. Some of those guys are from different places, so it's not that type of rivalry where they've got a bunch of Carolina guys and we've got a bunch of Carolina guys. Our guys are just excited to win, and and I don't have to tell you guys, that's a great program. Roy does a great job over there. We won the game. We'll move on. We're 1-0, and we're excited about it.
Justin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. There was a point there with about 8 minutes to go where Carolina hit a three and pulled it within one, and then Devin Daniels had the next 8 points for you guys. Clearly down the stretch, you entrusted your veterans with an all-veteran lineup, but could you just talk about Devin Daniels' play down the stretch and just your ability to trust him with the ball in his hands down there in the second half?
Yeah, he's matured. You guys have you've reported on Devin Daniels for the last couple of years, and it's been in the past where he can shoot you in games or shoot you out of it. And I know what type of player I have in him, so I wanted to trust in my older guys, and he made plays. And maturity came from you should have seen timeout. He's cheering these guys on, encouraging them. You should have saw him in the second half when he came back in and kind of continued the play that he had in the first half. And so I'm excited about his maturity. That's one of the things that I'm going to take away from this game was that Devin Daniels, I think, took a big step forward.
Say it's bittersweet to get your first win over UNC and PNC Arena in front of no fans.
Hey, Justin, any win in this conference is golden. Doesn't matter if it's UNC or bittersweet. Look, it doesn't take away from it. Won't be an asterisk by it. It was a good game. It's a good win. We're excited about it. We're excited about winning any game in this conference if we had to play outside.
Thank you, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you, Justin.
Jonas?
Yeah, Coach, I had one more. Obviously, Cam returned tonight, with DJ, EB, and the other guys were here, but didn't play. Does the medical staff have any extra concerns or any extra precautions while they holding them out tonight? But they were here in the building.
Nothing extra, Jonas. It just takes time. This is a lengthy process. They have to obviously, quarantine for 10 days. If they have symptoms a couple days before the 10 days is over, it could be extended. And then once you come out, it's not automatically that you're able to get the echo and all of those different tests that you have to have. That may take a couple days. Then you have to read the test. And once the doctor clear them, and then it may be 4 or 5 days before they return. And so we're going to have to get used to that. We just, hopefully nobody else gets the virus and we can be virus free. But, we're going to have to play with who we have. And, we were lucky to get Cam today. I thought he did a good job. I thought Sebron did a good job coming in. But without those guys, I don't think we win the game.
Corey?
Kevin, I think I know the answer to the question here, but I wanted to ask you, Shaquille Moore, the game he played, what was the reasoning for him not playing there in the final stretch?
I wanted the veterans. Those guys had earned the right to finish the game. They were veteran guys. Look, we all have talked, not us, but me. I've said great things. We've all had so much negative things to say about Braxton Beverly over the years, but he's a calming effect. He keeps everybody calm. He's a tough kid. I wanted him with the ball in his hand at the end of the game. And I just, I went with the guys who I felt like could finish the game.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, Rob.
Yeah, Kevin, the various runs that Carolina had over the course of the game, what was your team's kind of mindset? How did they carry themselves? Is this something that you liked or didn't like? And how will that have felt the team going forward?
We did a tremendous job handling everything that was presented to us and the way they had their runs. The only difference, if you want me to be nitpicky about it, we missed too many free throws down the stretch. But I couldn't have I had the better free throw shooters at the free throw line. But I thought our guys kept composure and our huddle was composed. Those guys finished. They talked about it's okay. They made a run. Let's get a stop now. Let's communicate. Let's score on the other end. And we did a great job with it.
All right, that's it, Coach. Thank you.
Everybody, stay safe. Don't ever take Christmas for granted, especially this year. If you're like me, or I'm not able to go see my family, try to figure out a way to FaceTime them, get them on the phone, love on them, love on your family. This is, I'm a big family guy. When it comes to Christmas, this is a special moment. Don't take it for granted. I'm going to be praying for each one of you guys. I'm going to be praying for your family or anybody that may be down because of the virus. We'll get through it, but it's going to take a group of us to get through it. So I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for covering us. Thanks for, the things that you do for our program, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thanks, Coach. Merry Christmas to you.